But yeah, I really like that. You got the Bang & Olufsen.
Easy for you to say.
Bang & Olufsen.
Olufsen. Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey.
I'm Holly.
Back there is Tucker.
Yep, that's me.
And we are in the lap of luxury for my birthday week. Genesis is spoiling us with the newly updated 2025 G80 sedan that takes a lot of what we love about all the other Genesis and puts it in a more affordable package than the last Genesis we've been in. In this video, we'll tell you how this big sedan fits our family of three. Stay tuned. Gearheads, I know we test the latest and greatest vehicles that all typically come with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto in their wireless functionality. But what happens if you find yourself tethered to a USB cord in your older vehicle, or maybe your new vehicle just doesn't offer wireless CarPlay yet? Well, that's where this video sponsor comes into play with SyncKid wireless Apple CarPlay adapters. This has a USB-A, but also comes with USB-C adapters right in the box, allowing you to plug in just this simple dongle into your wired CarPlay adapter port, and then boom, there you have it. Now you have wireless Apple CarPlay, no USB cords necessary. Everything is set up now directly through your infotainment system. Brings you into the modern era. If you want to know more about them, hit the link down in the description below. Okay, Holly, by the time that this video goes up, you probably will have even had more time in a Genesis G80 than myself, and I am jealous because you will be going to the Empire State and driving in New Rome in New York City in one of these. So this is a good practice run before you get into the chaos that is.
I think I'll be driving there a lot slower.
Okay. We'll get into all of that. But first, what are your thoughts on the style of this big Genesis sedan?
I would probably choose a different color. I'll just say that up front. But I like the styling of the outside. Wait, you love this color?
I mean, it's one of their signature colors.
Oh.
And I would probably
choose a different color.
I've already had comments from Genesis employees that are like, every time I see that in the parking lot, I love it.
They love it.
Yes.
Okay. I would probably choose a different color.
Okay.
It kind of looks like a dirty white to me.
It kind of is a dirty white.
Okay.
So what do we know about Genesis's colors?
They're all based on locations.
Yep, so they're travel. Care to guess?
This one is
a dirty iceberg.
Well, I was going to guess.
What we said is?
I was going to guess. Okay. But now you already said it. So yeah, that's what it looks like, is a dirty iceberg. But I'll say one thing that I really do like on the outside that I don't know that I've seen on other models is the hubcaps. Isn't that what they're called? They have the little notches in them.
Oh, the
have
wheels?
You noticed it? Yeah,
the wheel design.
Wheels. The wheel.
Yeah, the wheel design. One of my friends called them waffled.
Waffled. Yeah.
They look like a waffle cone.
I almost said honeycomb, but they're not honeycomb shaped. They are waffle shaped. Yeah.
And I like it.
That. It gives it a little sporty look to it.
We had the same wheel design on the last GV70 that we tested, that you and I drove back from Fort Worth. So it is a familiar design, but yes, I do like it here on this one.
Yeah, it's nice.
Have you seen the similarities between this and that last Genesis we were in the GV80 Coupe? Because there are a lot of cues. I feel like the GV80 Coupe is just a taller version of this car.
Yeah. They look very similar from the outside for sure. And then you got the straps down the side. Like, I love those.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure like some of the adornments on the trunk back there are straight from this to the GV80 Coupe. Like, I think there is some part sharing. It's that close.
Yeah.
Like, all right. Moving inside, I mean, Genesis is kind of going to the point where almost all their interiors look alike. They're doing this big 27-inch OLED screen across their lineup. But what are your thoughts moving inside?
I really like the inside. I really like the shade of this red. I like all the different colors. This is very interesting, this pattern that it has it on here, but it also, is it carbon fiber? I couldn't tell if it was like real carbon fiber or just made to look like it. But it's also up here on the dash, which I think is really interesting.
Which we've got some up lighting, ambient lighting back behind here. So
it would have been really easy to just extend the same material down, but they didn't. They took an interesting design approach there, and I like that. But yeah, I really like that. You got the Bang & Olufsen.
Easy for you to say.
Bang Olufsen. Speakers.
Yes, which we did not talk about in the GV80 and the GV80 Coupe that much, especially not the Coupe. New partnership with Bang & Olufsen, and I have noticed, I really like how simple they made adjusting the tone and stuff. It's like a wheel, and you just kind of pick
you can adjust it.
Well, not even that, but you've got the Baosonic, so we've got it a little more warm and energetic, which adds some bass and some richness, which has been good as I've been listening to a lot of George Strait in here. So,
and Space Jam.
I have not been listening to Space Jam in here. No.
It needs to be energetic for Space Jam.
Welcome to the Space Jam.
Tucker, what are your thoughts of the back seat back there?
Pretty nice.
Yeah, you have plenty of room?
Yes.
What are some cool features you have found back there? Is it the fold-down armrest with storage?
Yes.
Yeah, and you've got buttons back there for the heated seat, and he can control the rear sunshade back in the back window because that is a power sunshade.
I was going to ask if it was retractable, and it is, which is interesting. I like that.
You didn't notice anytime you put it in reverse, it goes down so you can see better?
No, I was looking on the screen.
Oh, look at you.
I know. What happened to just using my eyeballs?
You're coming around to my
newfangled technology growing on me, I guess.
So that goes down when you put it in reverse, and the volume of whatever you're listening to goes down when you put it in reverse, to help you see better. So, because that's... Any other thoughts back there, Tucker? You really like the red interior?
Yes.
Yeah.
I bet this would be a great time to put in my child's safety seat.
Yes, it would. The backseat of the G80 is absolutely a great place to be. So much so, I'm going to go ahead and climb in, get all the same luxuries that we get up front. Well, most of them anyway. Tri-zone climate controls with all my controls right here on the back of the center console with some air vents, though nothing on the ceiling or the big pillar. So you are kind of having to count on that to do a lot. We'll get to that in just a moment, but we do get soft closed doors so you don't have to slam them. We get manual rear sunshades back here that lock into place. We get lock and unlock, a very wide window control button there, Bang & Olufsen sound system, all your carbon fiber back here. It is still a very nice back seat. Very large center console armrest situation here with some gloss black plastic, but we get 2 cup holders, your heated seat controls, and my rear sunshade control button right there. Then I also have a center console that is felt lined with 2 USB-C ports in it. So lots to go on there. And I can access the trunk through this little pass-through right here. So you could get long items in here if you absolutely needed to, but I don't foresee that happening for us in our week with this one. As I climb out, we will bring in Tucker's Graco Extend-A-Fit safety seat. Go ahead and put it in its roof-facing format. And as you can see, this is a large sedan, so I don't have to do anything to this front seat to make sure this fits in its rear-facing format. Something that can't be said about the smaller G70. But we will turn this guy around, and now perhaps one of the biggest reasons why you would want a GV80 instead of a G80, why you would want to go SUV versus sedan, is this right here. I am not a big fan of putting in child safety seats in sedans because of that top tether. Get it under the headrest, and there is a latch back there. Lower latch points are marked with buttons on the seat back, but given that child seats aren't really the primary focus of the back seat back here, trying to get them to attach is a little difficult. It is wedged in between the seat back and the seat bottom. There, that one was a little bit easier. The height of the vehicle means it is fairly easy once you get this in to really snug this down, make sure it's good and tight, and then I can snug down that top tether, make sure it's good in place. As far as sedans go, I give it a solid A, but SUVs are definitely easier. Now let's check out that rear storage in the trunk. As we come up to the back of the Genesis G80, I will say this has Genesis Smart Key trunk system, so I can just leave the key in my pocket, walk up to the back of the vehicle. You can see it's beeping at me a few times. The lights are flashing, and then the power operated trunk opens all on its own. I like that a whole lot. So if your hands are full, well, it's very easy to get into. And then because it is a large sedan, we have a very good sized trunk back here. You can see we do have an escape hatch right there. We've got a net down here, which is very nice for keeping items in place. And then we do have some under floor storage here that I'm going to do my best to show you one-handed while holding the camera here, because we do have that net in place. You can see we do have a temporary spare underneath here with a little bit of space to add some additional items if you absolutely had to. We have our front license plate bracket, our owner's manual and such back here. Let's see what we've got hidden here. And yes, that is all of our tools for accessing and using that spare tire if we absolutely needed to. So lots of creature comforts and amenities back here. I really like how these hinges do not impede on trunk space. When they're closed, they take up the same amount of space no matter what. And yes, because it is a power opening, it's also a power closing trunk, which is very nice. All right, Holly, well, any more thoughts before we talk storage up here?
I like the steering wheel.
I mean, yeah,
it's nice and fat.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Really fat.
It's got a flat bottom.
Yes.
Flattish bottom, which I like.
Yep.
I like that. Yeah.
Really feels
Actually, does it
nice
save
and
your
soft in your hands,
Yeah.
the leather on it. And
does the 2-person memory save where you're
yes.
Okay.
Power tilt telescope with memory, so that's
do you like
nice.
that?
They're coming on that building.
Yes, they are.
Are they building a hospital?
That's the medical school, buddy.
Oh.
And then, speaking of the seats, very comfortable, heated,
Very.
ventilated, but they don't remember, like all Genesis products, where you had them if you turn the vehicle off and back on. I don't know why Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis have not figured that one out yet.
Look, I will tell
It's just
you,
a small thing.
I don't
Fix
love
it.
that. I don't love that. But of course, you like automations and stuff like that, and I like to be in control. But here is the perfect example.
Fall in East Texas. You wake up,
Yes.
it's 55 degrees, and now it's 76.
Perfect example. When I went to the gym the other day, whatever car I was in, it remembered. But I got in, it was like 50 degrees, and I had my seat warmers on. And then after working out, I was hot, and it was not hot outside, but it did get a little bit warmer than it was when I first went out there. And here's my seat warmers making me more hot.
I do believe if you and I were in a brand or a particular vehicle as it were ours and not just a week at a time, we would adapt to either situation. You would know that, oh yeah, I left my seat heat on, better turn that off before it warms me up. And I already know in this, yes, I'm gonna have to push the button every time to turn my ventilating
I would
seats
rather
on.
do that.
Okay, well, teach their own. Storage in here before we get to the brick streets. What are your thoughts on storage?
It's a little tight up here. This is a little small, but still not the smallest we've seen.
No, but
inconvenient there, but
not a lot of open storage either. Like there's a little tray for your wireless charger, your hidden cup holders, nothing passing through here. A little bit in the doors, but not a whole lot. As we turn now onto the historic brick streets of downtown Tyler, Texas, we can talk about how this luxury sedan drives and rides. Tucker, how's your wobbly head back there?
Good.
Holly, your thoughts?
Smooth.
Yeah. And
Here's
being
the big one. Oh,
No.
wait, there's another big one.
Yeah. Here's the big one.
Oh.
Soaks it up. And this being a car, you're a little lower to the ground than the GV80s we've been in.
Yeah.
So there's a little less roll to it. It's a nice, big, comfortable sedan.
Yeah.
How has it been piloting this? We'll talk first about power. How's power delivery?
Power delivery is great. One thing I like when driving Genesis is I know some of them are EVs, but this one's not. But I forget that they're not EVs because of the way the power delivery handles it. Like,
They're just so smooth.
they're so smooth transition between transitions.
Between gears.
Between gears. Yeah.
Very smooth, slick, 8-speed automatic in this. Very powerful twin-turbo V6 in this. But yes, very comfortable down the road. How is the steering? Does it feel heavy? Does it feel light?
Honestly, this one is a little bit light, I feel like.
There's a little something special with the steering in this one. Can you figure out what it is? We've experienced it before. 2 years ago, we were in a G80. A few other vehicles have this feature.
No. What is it?
4-wheel steering.
Oh.
So we had the Hummer EV most recently. So in low-speed traffic situations, the back wheels turn opposite, which means this thing almost pivots. And I've noticed, watching you just drive it today, you're still kind of adapting to, it really does shrink how big this car is. Your brain tells you, it's a big car, I need to start turning now. But the vehicle takes care of all of that with its 4-wheel steering. So to your point about it being a little light, I think a lot of that is also attributed to the 4-wheel steering doing a lot of extra work for you.
Like this?
No, not that. That's
light.
Being light, but piloting this thing around when you're actually in motion and turning and stuff.
Yeah.
How's visibility? How's livability with this one?
Yeah, I think visibility is good. The back window feels a little small, but I can still see out even with like the neck rest up in his car seat and stuff like that. So that's good.
This could benefit from a rear view camera mirror, which you do get on the GV80, but not here. So there are some trade-offs, some interesting things you get here, like the 4-wheel steering that you don't on GV80. We have rear sunshades in the back seats that we didn't get on GV80 Coupe, but we did on GV80. So just some odd packaging choices for a different market of buyer, because typically sedan buyers are different than SUV buyers. So they tell me.
I mean, we have the head-up display we didn't talk about, and the 2-person memory seats over here. You've got the buttons on the side here that you can move the seats from the inside.
If you were chauffeuring someone around other than Tucker that needed more legroom, they could move me forward if they had to, just from these controls here on the side. But yes.
Yeah.
Window sticker here. Twin turbo V6, 16 city, 24 highway, 19 combined. So it's a little on the thirsty side. But it is also,
you have to do premium gas.
It is also very powerful. I cannot remember, so future me, put that on the screen, please. This is not their largest sedan. Still begging to get that one delivered to us here, but this is their biggest mainstream sedan. This is the most luxurious that it gets. Any thoughts?
79.
78 to 80. So She looked.
I did not. I'm getting so good at this game.
She really is.
And you would think that, you know, like maybe I remember some of the other prices of Genesis. I don't, trust me.
I don't, and I'm the gearhead of the two of us. We are in so many cars so frequently, trying to remember exactly. Like, I'm about to say this is a bargain over the GV80 Coupe we were just in.
Yeah.
Ask me off the top of my head how much that one is. I don't know, but future me, put it on the screen, please. But
so what makes this more affordable than the other one? Like, what are the features that make this?
it's a car, not a SUV.
Okay, so demand.
There's less metal, too. But yes, typically SUVs are more expensive than sedans, and this really is the bargain big Genesis if you really wanted a big Genesis and wanted to save some money. Because it's got the style of the GV80 with four-wheel steering, which you can't get on the SUV, and rear sunshades even on this coupe-like silhouette.
Yeah, I like it.
So, when are we buying ours?
I'll take it.
When are we buying ours?
Gotta make some more money on the channel.
To that end, hit the subscribe button down below and ring the bell so you are notified when future videos drop from us. You can find Holly and see her escapades in New York City in one of these.
Dirty. You don't see my escapades. See my adventures.
See her adventures by following her on Facebook and Instagram at Female Consumer. You can find all things
different channel.
Garage Talk at GT Garage Talk on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, you name it. Everything is at GT Garage Talk, or you can go to gtgaragetalk.com. But as for us, I'm going to enjoy my birthday week just a little bit longer in style and luxury until they take this one away from us. Until next time, gearheads.
Bye.
Why the huff?
It's too hard for me.
What is?
Doing videos. Okay, so I bet I'm the main character of every video that we're in, right?
You do have main character energy, son.
Yeah.